It's this music, you see, it's getting to me. Acheron of Clan Zamitsi, played by the Masquerade, who is muted and will not forget. Slip of Clan Nosferatu, played by Slippery Nos, but to us he'll always be Vamp Daddy. We begin where we left off last time. You found an elevator that leads into the lower levels of the facility, down to the labs, nicknamed the Pit. As you all descend, surrounded by strange posters from like the 1930s, 1940s, is there anything you would like to talk about?
I don't think there is anything to talk about.
Very well.
Very awkward.
Thank God.
Well, I just, I think we're all keenly aware that it's gonna be dicey when these doors open, and maybe it's caused some tension.
So much so that others... Fuck, why can't... This is what happens when I don't have a fucking overlay. Roland and Ardala were not able to descend into the lift with you, and have instead decided to make their exit. The interior of the metal lift fills with a gentle ping as the doors slide open to a far more modern-looking metal corridor. Before you is a complex security area. A purple-blue-white light illuminates the area as the lighter bits of your clothing glow. UV lights. Standing before you is a set of archways, linked up together, each of them bearing an intercom and connecting to brick that blocks the way forward. X-scopes, possibly monitored from the adjoining office. At the top of the sidewall is a metal grate that leads into the air vents. What would you like to do?
Slip immediately spins around and tries to cover Ebony with his body.
Yeah, I was about to say, she is hiding behind anyone she can. Because, God.
Hatfield's like, nope.
I think there's even like the... fucking...
Very interesting.
God damn it.
What do you suggest we do then?
God damn it. Go back in time and make sure someone who is on staff here doesn't watch Razor 3.
I think Blade.
All right.
No.
Does anyone have a jacket or something?
I'm wearing 11 of them, and I'll start taking a layer off and giving them to Ebony.
Yeah, I had a jacket, but I haven't been able to find it lately. Bit of a sidelong glance at Acheron.
Ebony's gonna put the hood up and try to close off as much skin as possible.
I think those are X-scopes too. Wow.
Was that thing again?
Well, we should have,
fucking pinpoint vampire detector.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we went from 1940 to 2040, one floor away.
This is some bullshit. This hurts.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised, seeing what they was feeding folks up there.
Yeah.
all right. We've got to...
At a glance, Shiv, does it Slip has some experience with X-scopes. He is by no means familiar with their inner workings, but does he think we can leave the elevator and get to those adjoining offices without tripping them at this range? Or are we all going for a scuttle through these vents?
There is a bit of space between the elevator and the X-scopes. The only way through the X-scopes is through the X-scopes, presumably. But each of them does have like a communications buzzer thing on them as well.
Okay.
But the vents are an option as well.
So unless we can turn...
I was just asking how far down this hallway do those UV lights go?
They're just over the X-scope area itself.
Okay.
So, If I can get to the offices, either by foot or the vents, I might be able to do something. I do not think I'm going to be able to contact my... I don't think my contact at the power grid's going to be able to help with a government facility. This stuff is either on its own grid or has so many backups that the backups have backups.
I imagine that if this is associated with Seventh Heaven as we thought, it likely has its own network.
Yeah.
Something easily accessible by us. So, how best to approach this? Okay, so the UV lights are just over the X-scopes. The X-scopes are how far apart?
They're just an archway of X-scopes before you.
Okay, just the one set, though.
Yeah, it's like a row of like 5, 6 kind of thing set out.
Okay. Right, well, do you need a fucking hand up to the vents? I know that there's too many ways for us to go around this.
I'm tempted. I'm very tempted to try the vents, but I have the worst feeling that it's not better in there.
It's probably not.
It's fair.
It's probably booby-trapped with X-scopes and fucking flamethrowers and shit.
I am hit with a massive deja vu, like out of character, massive deja vu. Okay, cool.
So what's the odds that we could, like, I don't know, break it enough by throwing stuff at it? Like, it's a dumb plan, but you never know.
I think if we damage one of the X-scopes, they'll just know.
I mean, that's fair. But, like...
do give me a boost up so I can give the vents a peek.
Right.
Field.
And
I mean, he
will...
just, like, lace his fingers together.
Same. I can step up.
Whoop.
To the vents.
Do slip dex athletics with
Weird.
+2.
Whoa! Alright, cool.
Gonna be 3 kindred in a trench coat, it's fine. They'll never see us coming.
4.
Like Ebony is fucking Blair Witching the corner of the elevator.
Yeah, 4 you'll be able to grab onto the vent, duck inside. Not too far in, if you need to push yourself out for a quick exit, you can. And you glance around, and you do see, furthest end, this strange eye-like device sending out a beam of light.
Oh, fuck yeah, there's traps up here. Like 1,000%.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
fantastic. Okay, cool. That's so cool. I love to hear that. But why am I even a little surprised that fucking... Okay.
It's a beam of light.
No, there's no need to...
Would a can of spray paint help?
If it's the kind of thing where if the beam is broken, I blow up, no.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, I don't get these complicated modern problems. I got me some old-fashioned solutions, but what I got,
God, I wish I could just use you like a sledgehammer right now, but...
Right.
Oh
soon.
No, you're fine. The ideas, though might not work at this very moment, are appreciated. We are in a bit of a fucking bind. Okay.
Oh.
You think... Nah.
Huh.
Nah, I was just gonna say you think we could pull from one of the guys from up top and ask them to walk through and switch whatever off, but I doubt they got the clearance for that, so I cut myself off before I finished saying the sentence.
Oh, yeah, I think the time-traveled brain thralls probably don't have clearance down here.
Yeah. Hence why I stopped myself. Like, I'm just spitballing here, but even I knew that one was dumb before it came out of my mouth.
I think we just have to... I think we just have to try to sneaky snake to the offices.
Sneaky
and
snake.
hope the X-scope... Because the offices are accessible without going to the X-scope area, right? Or is the X-scope area guarding the offices?
The X-scope guarding the offices.
You fuck shit. Piss,
Also,
alright.
there's no way that
Blackfield.
we're getting through with
Hi.
that light
You
shining.
hear a
at it.
voice crack through your skull. Why don't you have your Ventru use their silver tongue on the communications?
Oh, is the communicator, like, accessible?
Yeah, there's a buzzer.
Oh. Oh, yeah, we could just ask. We
What?
could just ask real nicely.
Oh, fuck.
I
The lights are
guess
fucking
so.
with me. I could try. I'm not gonna be able to
Ebony,
see.
can you use your power through your voice, through devices and the like?
Actually, yes.
What the fuck? Oh, that's
Suddenly-
cool as shit. Just
Don't mind me
We'll
while I
hop
go
out of
check
the
my
vent.
thing and make sure.
But I'm saying
Hop
you
out of
don't
the
need eye
vent.
contact.
squiggle up behind Ebony and like rub her shoulders, like, you got this, kid. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
mind me
just-
immediately
Emily
going to
Blunt.
check if I'm not
Asking one of
insane
the,
and I do have that power. I do.
Do you have that
I think.
power? No, good,
Do I
good,
have
good.
that power?
Good.
Is it in here? I thought I had it. Where the fuck is it?
I did not know
remember you
you had
getting it.
that, but I will never forget it from now on. That's amazing. Gonna have you
I
make so
don't
many
know.
phone calls for me.
Jesus Christ. Not your secretary slip.
Oh, please
No,
do not
she's
tell
way
me.
better than that.
Alright,
She's
out
the
of
closer.
character,
Well-
please don't tell me. I have Melpomene.
No.
I can use my potence powers through. I don't think I have the fourth one. I can't use dominate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I can
don't
use my
think so.
potence powers through it, which means awe.
Presents?
That might be useful. Though.
Sorry, not
yeah.
potence, presence.
The
Thank you.
question,
Yeah, I was gonna
I wish
say.
I fucking had potence.
I'm
Now I got
gonna punch
presents.
you through the phone!
The dude
Sorry.
comes over the buzzer, it's
I
like,
knew-
hello, and he's like, his head explodes.
I have vicious mockery.
I knew what you were saying, which is why I did not question it at all. I knew what you meant. So
All right, Ebony, you're gonna do fine. You got
I have
this.
a
You've been
question.
training your whole long life for this moment.
I have a question, Shiver. This buzzer thing, is it the kind that has a camera?
No.
No? Okay.
But you know what? Awe can still help me here. I can still
Unless you want
persuade.
it. Unless you want it to have a camera, in which case it totally has a fucking camera. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. Which would you prefer? Because that's what it is.
I certainly
Some
don't
have
want there to
cameras,
be a
some don't.
camera.
There you go.
Do
I wouldn't want it to be a camera because what if it's like a camera that is like, oh hey look, that's a vampire. So I'd rather it not. I was
if
just
I'm-
curious.
if I'm correct about this, like legit curious, I don't think dominate doesn't work through a camera lens. Does it?
With the right power, it does, doesn't it?
Well, with the right power, it works through my voice, but I realize I don't have that
Yeah.
specific one. I have Melpomene,
Oh.
but that doesn't do my dominate
Oh,
powers.
no.
That does my presence
No.
powers.
Just
Right.
straight up dominate does not work like that. No.
But
You know, just try to be
can
like normal person
I can be-
convincing.
a dog. I can be very persuasive.
Hell yeah.
That might be that what this is. Just Ebony like raw dog and persuasion.
You,
You know?
just ask them
I've-
real nice.
I may be raw dog and persuasion up in here.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I think this is an appropriate
raw
moment.
dogging persuasion here. That sounds like
No, we're gonna.
that just sounds like seduction with extra steps.
Maybe it is. You never
Sometimes
know.
that's necessary. Finesse is important. Anyway, look, we're we're sidetracking. We need to get back on task.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh God, what do I even say to them to get them to turn it off?
Hey, yo, can you please turn it off? Nah, I'm.
I mean, if this
I'm
was
from
you just
Georgia.
forcing us to do it,
It's not a good idea. I will be the first to tell you that's not.
that's not a good
That's not the
idea.
move.
Okay, but we start from there. What do we think it would take to get them to turn it off, huh?
If
We're
I could get
inspectors?
someone, I was going to say, if it's malfunctioning, and I can get one of them to actually come out here, and I can
That
see
might be
them,
the best move.
suddenly things are a bit different.
Yes.
All right, I can bullshit my way
Although-
through this.
Although I will say, maybe are there any like Other than the X-scope thing, are there any other cameras in this space?
No, not that you can see.
Okay, because mayhaps we have Hatfield cause a little issue with the materials here, so that when the person comes out, they can see that there is in fact an issue.
Cracks
It gives you
Knuckles,
access
grins,
to them.
thumbs up.
I only suggest this because I imagine they have like monitors and things to, keep track of what's functioning and what isn't.
Well, yeah, the X-scopes are CCTV with extra bits and bobs. It's kind of 2 in 1.
Okay,
So if Hatfield just throws a heater, they're gonna definitely see Hatfield throwing a heater.
Okay, but what if I throw a shoe?
Well, I mean, you've got a party popper.
That also works.
I've got bees.
you can throw that.
Actually,
Get in
you
the
know what?
elevator.
Bugs get everywhere. Yo, Slip. If you was
Aye.
doing tech stuff and suddenly bees started swarming on your gear, like, you'd send a dude out to fix it, right?
I'd just tell him to stop, but if I didn't...
I mean, if you weren't you when it happens.
Yeah. I'd probably... At least... Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'd try to figure that shit out. Maybe bomb the place. Bug bomb, not a bomb. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there we go. We start with the insects, and then a person comes out. Maybe there's a phone call. We'll see.
And just like, what the fuck?
They come out, and Ebony has a little conversation.
Yeah, yo, you got bees, and then we ask real nice. And it all works out. And if it don't work out, I punch some folks real hard. And if that don't work out, well, we're dead anyway, and we'll never figure it out.
So
All right.
I can't argue. I
Bees?
really can't.
Well, Ebony,
bees
you're the one
are-
who's pulling the trigger on this. Would you like bees or the fastball special? Which can you bounce off more? They're both dumb, but they're also both pretty good considering the other options.
That's fair.
I think bees to start. No.
I feel like
Yeah, plan A is plan B.
I feel like bees
my
are
God.
one of the ones where they may not even realize what's going on. They'll just notice something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would be probably better off for us than like, yo, hey, guess what? You're under attack. It's just like,
Yeah, I think if it was-
bees got in. Bees are swarming. Bees do
I
that.
think if it was mammals or something, they'd be more cautious, but I don't know how privy they are to us being able to use vermin, which is rare. So, alright, I'm gonna shit all over this place with bees, Shiv. Just a general infestation. Just a, yeah.
Just a light infestation.
Release the swarm.
Oh my.
There's no roles associated with your bees, correct? Because they're
they're
your
from-
unliving hive.
Yeah, they're just ready to die for me. They love dying for me. They're ghouls.
That's incredible.
They're having
Bees,
their best day.
bees. I don't know where my energy is today. I apologize.
You're doing great.
You
You
wanna
really
just-
are.
Unleash them. Yeah. You'll be able to just unleash them upon the machines. They're not going to do much of any damage that you can see to the machines.
No, the idea is to cause a general illusion of an infestation, so Ebony
Yeah.
can be
Put a
the
bug in the machine.
the exterminator or something. I don't know.
That is
Your
hilarious.
computers are bugged.
But yes. Hilarious, but yes.
And if that doesn't work, I can probably have the bees huddle up around the scopes themselves to blot them out, and then we just run through the fucking door. I don't.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
All right, Ebony, you're up.
Okay. So the bees have just infested this fucking hole?
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
hear it. We just hear
Just
them
like a
fucking
swarm around it, yeah.
Yep.
You know, I did
Like
hear once
humming.
that the first ever computer bug was because like a moth got into the work. So this is just that, but like this time it's on purpose. Analog hacking. That's what we're doing here.
I'm
Animal
looking
hacking.
at Hatfield like
Oh,
You're
blinking at
exploiting
Hatfield.
bugs in the code.
Exactly.
Jesus.
No, I don't know if we're gonna live through this, Slope. I don't know if
Do
we're
I?
gonna. I don't know.
Do you think it's better if I try to wait to see if someone starts coming down the hallway?
I think if we can't be the best, we can sure as hell be the worst.
Let's fucking do it. And I'm going to fucking activate my bone blade stuff,
I'm gonna.
which is a rouse.
Rouse check.
Yeah. We gain hunger. We're doing great, you guys. We're doing so good. I cannot. Yes.
I am terrified. I'm gonna make my way down to where the communication thing is. I'm gonna try to wait for a minute just to see if anyone comes down the hall.
Yeah, and you give it a minute, give it 2, you give it 3.
Son of a bitch.
No one comes.
Fair. That's fair. All right. Okay.
And you're able to position yourself, to use the intercom without placing yourself in direct UV light.
All right. I'm gonna activate awe because it helps with persuasion.
Yep.
Even though I think this is about to turn into a lot of lying. I don't know. Would it work with lying too? It says it's storyteller's discretion. I have no clue, actually.
It's definitely not Daunt, so if it had to be one of the two, all's a little more. If it's like a honeyed lie,
yeah.
You're important. Listen to me. Or I'm important. Listen to me. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I'm here to take care of the bees, and also you sound cute. Ooh.
That basically, yeah.
Oh god, the player is having a fucking OS breakdown. Hold on. My operating system is stopped. Alright, I'm gonna
cold boots off.
I'm expecting the Second Inquisition. Ooh.
Ooh. Kill me.
Stop. Ooh,
no, don't do that because I think I can actually do that voice. Alright, I'm gonna come up to the intercom. Awe activated. I think that's just free.
It is, yeah.
This intercom, does it look like it's kind of like one of those ones where like you ring it and wait for them to talk to you, or is it?
You just press the button and wait.
I can press the button.
And, voice on the other side. Problems?
Yes, actually, a good bit of problems. There's some issues with one of the first things. I'm trying to assist with it, but I think I need assistance. I don't know how to explain this other than there's bugs. Literal bugs in the system.
Bugs? How can that be? With over
Your
30
guess
feet
is as
underground,
good
how
as
would bugs-
mine.
I don't recognize your voice. Are you new?
Yes, I'm new. Sorry, I really should... I'm not good at introducing myself
Has
first.
personnel not given you your clearance badges yet?
This is a whole big story. No, it's...
Yeah, we did get
have them.
badges, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do we have
I
one? Hold on, cause we have one?
You give them temporary badges, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We have multiple. So I have it. You have yours.
Oh no, I do have one. I just want to fix this. I need someone to come help.
I'll scan the card and I'll be on the way down. Administrator will have my skin if it doesn't work right.
Alright, I'm gonna try to scan the card.
Yeah, and just underneath these loads of bees, you can just see this glowing green light. And man on the intercom says, Dr. Home. I shall be on my way down.
Dr. what? Who the fuck am I?
Dr.
What's it
Home.
bad? Dr. Home. Oh yes. The one who looks 18 is gonna be the doctor. Okay.
You just aged very well.
The fuck? You're a
It's
prodigy.
incredible.
Shut up.
It's incredible what's on the market these days, you know.
That's why you're freaked out by
it's
the
just-
bees.
It's just great skincare, you know what I'm saying? Okay, sorry.
The elevator or something. Just let me deal with this. And I'm going to, I guess, pretend to be like, you know, like back away from the bees, like they are disturbing me, and I'm gonna wait for this man.
Yeah. And he'll appear a few moments later. Rather rotund fellow.
Chunk.
I'm trying to think of a piss take of Chunk. Officer
Flump?
Bit. Officer Flump. There you go.
Officer Flump.
Yeah, the name's actually Frederick Lump, but everyone just calls me Flump.
Oh.
You'd think just having the name Lump was enough.
Do you not?
Frederick's
do
at
you not
least
like
a
that?
nice name.
Do you like us to call you Frederick?
No, I
prefer
believe
that?
you should call me Officer Lump.
That's fine.
Oh.
But I figure if we're going to be working together, we should. you
Are
know,
we all here?
I would've-
Okay.
I assume we're all here.
Unless you physically
I thought-
shove us back into the elevator, like, yeah.
I was
Right,
about
like-
to say, get back in the elevator and wait.
Oh,
Okay. Dr. Hom has already scanned their card. Can we try
Ding.
someone else's? Oh, great. Dr. Tab.
Yeah,
Okay.
man, I don't know. That thing is covered in
I was
bees, and
expecting,
I'm
like,
allergic. I
auto-
don't want to get near the thing.
It should be home, auto, boat, and pet.
Look, just be glad you weren't called Page Up.
Listen, I'm tired, is what I'm saying. I fucking scanned the thing. The guy says my name, and I'm like, "Yep, it's me." Just do something about these bees, though. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm allergic to bees. I'm not getting near.
Where did these bees come from? We are so far in the ground that
Good fucking
This was
question, mate.
kind
That's
of-
why we called you, so you can help us figure it out, because we don't fucking know. We just got here.
Do I look like an insect scientist to you?
do I? I'm a security guard.
I mean, I don't know why you're asking me these questions.
I mean, aren't you all doctors?
Do I look like an insect scientist to you?
Not that
I
kind
don't
of
know. What does an
stuff.
insect
If
scientist
I
look
can-
like? Do I expect you to be sat there going like this and throwing up on your food before you eat it?
Oh my. Alright, if I
look
can
at Ebony
interrupt
like
for a
now's
moment.
the time.
Yeah. If I can interrupt for a moment, Officer Lump. That's internally like, oh god, it's a horrible name. I'm so sorry for you.
It's
like-
terrible.
Though I am not an insect scientist, I do think that the machinery here is upsetting them. I think we may need to turn it off for a little while to keep ourselves safe.
Need the administrator can turn off security functions.
Then we'll need to talk to the administrator. Like, I don't think this
Yeah.
is safe.
I don't think you want to do that. No one wants to talk to the admin.
can I, like, from the elevator, whisper to a couple of the bees to just start fucking, like, stinging this dude? Like, to really fucking make him want to do that without the admin, maybe? Because
Yeah,
these giant
yeah,
hornets
and-
have
yeah.
these giant venom. They've got venom that like melts batteries and shit or whatever. I don't fucking know. They're crazy.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
have photographic memory.
Again, that's a free action for you. And this man, he's. Look, just this once, all right. I will use the emergency lockdown procedure override. I got a card, all right. It turns off power temporarily. You have 5 seconds to get from one side to the other. Everything's turned off, and you get in there. Do not tell anyone. If this gets back to the administrator, it could be worse than my job.
I won't tell a soul.
Oh my
But
honor.
I can't get rid of these bees. You're going to have to walk through the bees yourselves.
I think
We're
once
just
the
hoping
machinery
that
is
the
off,
bees
they'll
will like
calm down.
dissipate once it's off. Like,
'Alright. 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 'Alri
I mean, how would you know that? I thought you weren't a bee scientist.
A bee scientist. I said I'm hoping. It's buzzing and warm. I don't know what bees like.
Honey.
Just gonna turn around at Hatfield, just like stare him down, like, shut up. But just with my eyes, not my voice.
Yeah, not out loud. Just the eyeballs. Shut your fucking mouth.
The man walks over to side wall, takes the card around his neck and inserts it into this strange iron red box, pull the lever, and all these lights power down, and the corridor is just temporarily filled with this deep red light. Scampering on through the X-scopes.
Fucking move and we groove.
Do they appear to be off as well?
Oh.
Do what appear to be off?
Do the X-scopes appear to be temporarily off as well?
Yes.
Yeah, as Slip goes, he's like, follow me! And then he's also talking to the bees, so they also follow us.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Small weird educational thing. The lights all turning red and it going dark like that actually would calm the bees down because wasps can't see red light. They're actually blind right now.
That's so good. I love that.
That's actually how you're supposed to get them, is you come at night when they're asleep and you use a red flashlight. They can't see you.
You know what? That's fantastic for us in this moment, because those bees are going to calm down and man's going to be like, oh, that's how I deal with the bees, you know? Amazing.
Why are they always trying to swarm me when I'm eating raspberry jam?
Because that's jam and not a light, brother.
I can still smell the sugar.
It's red light. Yeah.
Invisible sugar. Must be coming from
Bees
you.
have noses.
I mean, it's the same thing where, like, deep water fish can't see red. Most of them. And that's why I love the stoplight loose jaw.
I know that bulls can't see red.
Alright, we're definitely through the door by this point.
Alright, a lot of educational. We can tag the stream educational. We've done our job.
Metal corridors line the interior, but eventually split. One is labelled with a little lead-off called Apollo Labs and Administration. The other is Freya Labs. Leads to the opposite side. What would you like to do?
Apollo Labs and Administration, Freya Labs.
It's Apollo, and what was the other one?
Freya.
Yeah. Wait a second.
I'm really hoping those naming conventions aren't accurate.
Oh, I imagine.
Do you think we're ever that lucky,
they
boss?
Oh.
Well, we could go to Freya since it's advised and by people in the know to avoid the administrator.
Yeah, fair.
Isn't Apollo the god of the sun?
That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, it's another reason to fucking go.
We should just avoid that
Also the
area.
god of disease.
Right,
Yeah.
let's
Poetry.
not go there.
And prophecy?
I feel like both those things are. Wait a minute.
Oh no.
I'll put a pin in it. We'll discuss it later. Moving on.
Yeah,
That one can
wrong.
be second.
one then the other.
One then the
Yeah,
other.
the
wrong.
conspiracy brain was like.
Intelligence. And do you have anything in academics?
I don't, but I have an
Wait.
occult. I have three in
Wait,
occult.
Do
Can
you
I
have
help?
anything in insight?
I have academics.
I have 2 in insight.
Please.
Do you have anything in one? You
Three in
could,
occult.
if you did you can't do the academics and take +1 because you don't have anything in academics.
I don't
but
have
you
any
can
docs.
give
Yeah,
something. So basically, which of you two is going to have a higher dice pool if you can do intelligence and insight or intelligence and academics?
If I can do intelligence and insight, I'll have 5. I could always rouse
I'll
the blood
also-
as well, but I would have 5.
I'll also have 5. But since I also have
it's
insight,
up to
I
you
could give
two,
a,
which either
I
of
could
you.
give a +1 to Akron.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
true.
then. So I will do intelligence and insight. I'm going to rouse the blood. I will get hungrier, but it is what it is. Okay.
I mean, there's a man right here. He let us in.
I mean, they're
do what you gotta do. You know?
Not going to be very good for your arteries, though, eating lump.
I will be rerolling.
Just brush the bees off.
a lot of corrupt
Jesus
cholesterol.
Christ.
That's protein.
Four's not bad, okay.
Alright.
Freya
Great.
chooses half of those who die in battle, according to legend.
Agree.
And
Yeah, we got a god of the sun, prophecy, medicine, poetry, and we got a goddess who's like war and fertility and stuff, if I recall.
I think
Oh.
4 as well, this god of disease, that's going to be your best bet to find what you're after. A disease. Might be in your best interest to look there first.
Right. Acheron, their body is positioned as if they're going to follow the group, and then their shoulders drop, and they're like, guys, come back. Come back this way.
Aye.
We've got to go this way. The answers that we need are that way. They're certainly not going to be...
Yeah, I'll tell you, the more I'm thinking about it, I've read a book or two, I've seen a thing, Apollo's arrows were the what you call it, metaphor for plague, literally?
If
Sure,
we're careful, maybe we could, I don't know, deal with the administrator before anything happens?
Yeah, if everybody wants to do it in the opposite way, that's fine.
I'm not excited about it, but I think that this is just where we will find our answers. And maybe the administrator is out on break. I don't know, but...
Oh, please don't
Well,
UV lights.
That's an area that's not my expertise wheelhouse, so I will trust you guys on that, and we'll do that then.
I mean, y'all know my job.
Yeah.
And you do it very well.
I tug the hood on Ebony's sweater that she borrowed a little farther, so that it's really covering her, because Apollo's also the god of the sun. I don't know if there's more UV lights in here, but I will begin to head in that direction. Just if I happen to peep
after this.
If I peep any UV anything, I would give the warning to Ebony so that they're not caught by surprise.
Tight but empty corridor leads straight on towards the research laboratory. Every so often,
Yes.
Every so often, the facility is filled with a male voice that echoes out phrases like "focused workforce is a successful workforce," and other similar oppressive phrases. You approach the end of the corridor to a large set of solid metal doors. Next to the door is a keypad and card scanner preventing instant access to the well-protected laboratory. What would you like to do?
Scan a key card.
Try out test badges.
Yeah. Is
Go
there
walk
a
up,
little
I'll
window?
scan it.
Is there a little window that I could look inside the room before I scan it?
There is not.
In the door. There's not. Okay. Yeah, I'll scan my...
Yeah, scan, and it just says key input required.
Fuck.
Key input required. Okay.
Did we learn any kind of passcode?
I will look at... kind of up in the air
no.
when it comes to things, but I will look to Slip, since Slip is good with technology.
There are some typical naming conventions and passcodes I can try. Can I try to spoof this lock?
You certainly can. Intelligence and technology, please, with +1 for hacking.
It'd be stupid if the password was Helios.
That'd be pretty impressive with a number keypad.
Hey, bro.
Well,
you can find
you do
the
that thing
letters
where you
on
type in the
numbers.
numbers and it looks like the word upside down.
Well, it's I can't roll that away without rolling it away, so I guess I'm here for it.
This is happening.
Yeah.
This is happening.
I could re-roll.
You'd have to
Can I
re-roll both of the
re-roll?
zeros.
Can I re-roll the 2 10s on the black die and the black one?
Yeah.
Because that would leave you with with 3 successes still. So, I really don't want to miss
Please.
it. Guys. It's a fucking.
Oh shit!
It's so it's a 6 and a messy crit, basically.
Oh, okay. Well,
The
here
dice
we
have
are.
a story to tell.
Hey, I tried. You all saw.
You did. You gave
You
it your best
did. You did your
effort,
best.
But the dice were like, homie, you will not ruin this story.
Slip. Try as you might to crack this key code. Unfortunately for you, it doesn't quite click over. You do work out there is a 4, a 6, and a 1 in it, but you can't quite work out the missing digit. As you do this, the beast inside of you screams. The need to know permeates you entirely. You become consumed with a hunger for secrets, to know that which few or no one knows, almost as strong as your need for blood. You also refuse to share secrets with others except in strict trade for greater ones. All actions not spent working toward learning a secret, no matter how big or small, receive a 2 dice penalty. This compulsion ends when you have learned a secret big enough to be considered useful. Sharing it is optional. You are suffering from the Nosferatu compulsion, cryptophilia.
So he's got his pupils dilate like a cat on catnip. Just meow. Fucking.
He's got the zoomies. Oh shit.
Yeah. And
What's
and the
happening?
door is still shut, right?
The door is still shut. But 1 digit away from opening.
I have no idea.
Okay, this sounds really
happened?
stupid, but it actually could be 0.
Well, hold on.
I mean,
Boop 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 boop. No,
maybe
it's a
we don't.
0. Fuck.
Damn it!
Maybe
Thought
we
that would be
don't
it.
just.
it could also be one of the numbers twice. Like,
Oh shit. Yeah, maybe.
Hell. 6
What
is
were
kind of
the
like an
numbers
E.
again, by the way?
Wait, hell?
I don't know. 4, 6, 1, 1.
Beep bop boop boop.
Oh,
No.
I'm going to stop.
Maybe we stop. You know, maybe we don't keep pressing the buttons. Maybe we just give it a second. You know, let's hold on.
I mean, like, yeah. At this rate, we might as well just knock on the door. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
what
as long as
temps?
someone-
I mean, if we trip the thing, they're gonna come out and be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" We'll be like, "Look, we're new, we're stupid, we forgot the code." And they'll be like, "Fucking
I can-
new people."
yeah, no. What's
Also,
his
as-
face who gave us our badges forgot to tell us the code? You know, when in doubt, pass the buck.
That fucking
Also-
guy. Flump,
it's
am I
that
right?
guy.
Also, as long as I can look them in the eyes, I can probably get them to do anything. Or believe
yeah.
anything.
It's to your question
Okay.
for you. Since entering the facility, have we seen a set of numbers that might be relevant?
No. But
Darn,
if
they
you
don't
want,
have
I'll
a
let you
sticky
roll
note.
wits and insight. High difficulty.
You never know. Sometimes there's a sticky note, like on the back of the monitor, because too much security is no security at all. People don't like being inconvenienced.
Okay,
I
I
realize-
don't think I'm going to get it.
We might have been
but-
able to find the security office. Officer Lump might have had the code.
Or again, like, we
Yeah,
know,
no,
we
I'm
got badges
too-
to be in here.
Too
That's true.
hungry.
You search the deep recesses of your mind, trying to think about these odd numbers, what sort of order they could be going in, but you haven't got a clue.
What were the numbers? They were 4, 6, 1, and then a number missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it 14? No.
Uh,
We
Is
tried.
there any reason I shouldn't knock on the door?
Hold on a second.
I mean, my thing didn't work, so
1946?
1946.
Might be. That would make sense given the whole thing's in the 40s. That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, what's...
I don't want to say
90
that's
what
actually
was going on?
accurate. I don't want to just keep trying them, but I mean...
I do.
I mean,
That's...
I guess give it a shot, but if we're just down to listing out random numbers and hoping, I am just gonna knock on the door.
Well, those guys were stuck in this very specific date, weren't they?
Yes, they were stuck in the 40s. They thought World War II was still happening.
Oh, shit. Let's try all the 1940s. Well, the war ended in 1945. Boop, 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 boop.
Well, no, there's a 6 in it.
Yeah, so 1946.
Oh, yeah,
Something
1940.
significant
Boop, boop,
happened.
beep, bop, boop.
Yeah.
Just a goblin. Just a
Oh,
goblin.
my
So
God.
they said,
Well,
Alright, so...
Knock!
Okay.
Knock!
Let's
Knock!
knock then.
there you go.
Oh, fuck, okay.
you knock upon the thick metal. It doesn't even echo from your touch, let alone reverberate to the other side of the door. This is
Oh,
thick, bomb-proof, probably airtight metal.
This is the
Wait a
anti-flump. The same,
Oh,
but
no.
different.
My God.
Just as dense, but hard.
Oh, my.
I'm not gonna try and knock harder. I'm not gonna do that. That's a very bad idea, even if it worked.
alright. I am going to...
Administrator would have the key to it, probably.
Well, I think the administrator's behind the door.
No, this is a lab. Wouldn't he be in some kind of administrator's office?
I don't know. Why don't you go ask Officer Dump what's going on?
Maybe I will.
Please, thank you.
Is he still back there? Like, where is he? Where's he gone?
God, I hope he's
Could be.
loitering by a vending machine.
Where did this
He
man
is
come
going to
from?
be. I can't resist that. He's going to be sat there, sat in front of the vending machine, napkin tucked into his shirt, just sat there waiting for this rain of chocolate to come down.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God, this
Oh.
man.
I don't know why he's got a knife and fork for it, but he has.
He's gonna
Why-
eat his
why-
chocolate classy-like.
Why in the
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
is
he's
this
got like a
happening?
little birthday candle just there, so it's it's classy.
Man takes his breaks seriously.
Yeah,
I'm hungry,
man.
by the way.
Good
You
man.
guys, I'm not doing good.
I needed to get. I
you're
needed to get
hungry,
dinner
you're
before this.
tired.
I
It's
made a
not
mistake.
great. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, Acheron's not doing well. Acheron's at 3 hunger right now, so we're getting towards dicey.
Yeah, I'm at 3 humanity. I've been dicey for a while.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right.
I
fucking
think you'll
great.
find every time you roll, it gets a bit dicey.
Eee!
Okay, yeah, we're doing this.
Alright.
All right,
Hey, yo,
fuck it.
Flunk!
Oh my God, give me like 3 seconds, please.
You had 3 seconds.
I'm gonna walk up to this man.
Good.
Which
there.
man?
Mhm.
Hood,
If I
hood
just
down.
take the step, I can embarrass her into being proactive.
Hood down,
Okay.
on just in case. Even though I'm probably about to use a power for this instead. Officer Flump. Sorry, I was called the wrong thing. Officer Lump.
It's called a flump.
I was feeling. I feel really bad, actually.
What is it? It's break time. Well, I mean, it's break time. There's nothing I can do when there's bees over everything. I was going to order a toffee crisp.
Does it just sound like the best thing in the world right now? Okay. Oh, I don't want to.
Great. I don't even know
break.
if they still sell them.
I just, I need to, find the security office.
But toffee crisp.
Well, that's fine. You can get it. And then if you could take me to the security office, that'd be very helpful.
Can it wait until after my toffee crisp?
I just said you can get it.
I mean, I've got the knife and the fork out. There's rules. Did you not see the candle on the floor? the napkin in my shirt?
I will lean over to Slip and be like, maybe just one bee stings him right behind the fucking ears.
I don't know why she's not just asking him for directions. Like,
Then how?
We just need.
I'm gonna commit homicide for real.
You're good. You're good. Go on.
it's against
Then
me,
can you-
isn't it? I don't blame you.
Yes. Then can I at least have the directions to the office?
Which office? The administration office?
Well, no, the security office.
Oh, security. Well, it's just there.
It's just over there.
Right by where you just came, where it says security office.
I'm gonna kick this man's ass. I swear to God, I'm gonna make him fucking lose his snack. I swear to God.
Hey, you're making me miss out on a toffee crisp! I'm on a break. I have a union.
You will
You're in a union.
Heck yeah!
Yeah. Yep,
union.
the
Hell yeah.
This
You
is
okay?
Secret base security guard union. Yup, yup.
the
You
plum,
okay? What?
the
He's
plum
struggling.
international
Don't do it. Don't finish.
security.
No. You've gone.
No,
You've gone too
no.
far. Stop.
I see where this is going.
Look, man, we don't
Fine.
want to tear you away from your legally obligated break. We just, the guy up top didn't give us the code to get in. 'Cause you know how it is with the brass. If you could just get us in, we won't bother you anymore.
Do Christmas
Why?
persuasion.
Why must you
Help.
do this to me? Why are you
I
doing
can-
this? Sorry.
I'll. Can I provide a +1 help?
Please, help me.
What did you do?
Slip will speak up. I remember 3 of the digits, but the 4th is 461, and I can't remember the last one. That's my fault entirely. So that way, it
Oh.
seems like we kind of have it, but like we fucked it up.
Wait, you think it's 4? No, it's 1346.
Fuck it,
Okay.
1346. Of course, all the numbers were in sequential order. I'm stupid. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. We'll get out of your
So
hair.
you-
Enjoy your break.
It's the year of the Black Plague. Jeez,
I'm
I
sorry.
don't teach you kids anything, and you're a doctor.
I'm a
Akron is
zoomer.
not there,
We're-
by the way. Akron is
All
by
right,
the door.
that's
still,
it.
just
I'm
looking
done.
at
I'm
the
not
lock.
even. I'm not even dealing with this man right now because I'm bored. I just want this man to enjoy his fucking break. Cloud memory.
Yeah, enjoy your
Forget.
break. Have a good one.
Yep, all free, absolutely free. He just sort of
That's
glosses over, and then he's like,
Enjoy his toffee crisp.
Hey, shit.
"Tunnock's tea cake too."
By the way, I need you to tell me, Shiv. I have to know. What is a toffee crisp? Because I keep envisioning a creme brulee, and I know that's not what
Oh
it is.
right, so you
what is
get
it?
Rice Krispies, cover it in chocolate and toffee, and then you give that to your kids, and then you wonder why they're obese and have diabetes by the age 8. But
So it's a
they're fucking
super,
great.
super fancy Rice Krispie treat.
I want one.
Yeah,
all
Shiv, I
it
had a
is.
question. I had a question for you, Shiv. Was
Yeah.
that code secret?
it's a secret, but is it a secret worth enough to share?
Yes, with
And
other.
it was
yes.
also told to Hatfield as well.
That's okay. I'm not a hater.
I'm coterie. I don't count.
That's my son you're
Don't-
talking about.
Oh, go on then. Only because,
That's
only,
my
only
son
because
you're
Pixie
talking
told me I can
about.
get toffee crisp still.
Okay.
Thank you, Pixie, helping us out.
I'm now looking to add them to my shopping list.
Akron isn't didn't go in the office with them, is still standing by the door. As I was standing there, did I hear like any movement of maybe people roaming the like other halls or anything like that, or machinery or
No.
something? No?
The only thing you're going to hear are more of these Orwellian almost motivational messages, you know.
I don't like that.
I'm kind of shocked
Yeah,
the code
okay.
wasn't 1984.
What?
you figure
Yeah,
out
I'll
the
tell
code?
you. Nothing makes me want to
Yeah.
break stuff
It's a
more than
1346.
dystopian voices from above.
Akron, it's the year of the Black Plague. They cannot get more obvious.
That's pretty
Well,
on the nose, but yeah, all right.
Well, we didn't guess it.
No, we didn't,
I
but
mean,
it just
fair.
feels a bit.
I mean, I'm not
I
a
think we didn't guess
historian.
it because it's a bit on the nose. You know what I mean?
I think that's not
The
really one of the...
Apollo-
You know, that was not where I was going with it. I didn't think that far back, I guess.
I mean, I'll tell you, if nothing else, this confirms that they're taking the plague angle rather than necessarily primarily the sun angle.
That's fair.
True. Beep beep beep. I put in the code now that I've been told it.
Beep, beep, beep. The door opens. The hiss.
him.
As they slide open to a large, sterile environment. Scientists in lab coats busy themselves amongst the various complex equipment and apparatus. Science shit that fill the room. Dominating the centre of the floor is a small glass cage. 4 gaunt and dishevelled people sit, knees curled into their chest upon the floor, one in each corner. You notice it as you enter. They start to murmur to each other. The guards stand on the other side of the cage, an assault rifle firmly held in his hands, standing at various points in a large lab of various other heavily armed and armoured soldiers. Embedded into each... It's way past my bedtime. Embedded into each wall are a series... Oh, fuck me. Can I just give you my notes and you just fucking read it and we'll just go from there?
Embedded
Okay.
into the wall are a series. We got you.
Yes, there's
No,
a
it's
series.
not even that.
Oh,
Embedded into
what?
each wall there are... it is meant to be a series, but I've written serious. That's why I'm getting confused.
It's a serious
There are a
series.
series of large glass tanks filled with a red liquid. As you stand on the cusp of a closed doorway, one of the science personnel approaches you, hands in lab coat pockets, and a small smile on his face. Ah! Greenhorns! Welcome to Apollo Lab. I am Professor Foster, head of Apollo Labs. Given that you are standing here, you've likely already been briefed by the higher-ups, so would you like to see what we currently have to equip field units with and give you the tour?
Of course. I'd love to see it all.
Wonderful.
Nod.
Wonderful. Yes, so Professor Foster, you're...
Professor Tab. And I put a hand out.
What a strange name!
It's incredibly
Reminds
strange. I
me
don't
of
know
a-
what my family was thinking.
Reminds me of a failed
No.
soft drink from the 80s.
Mm.
And your companions?
Professor Holmes.
Dr. Holmes?
I don't know. What was the other? Oh, Dr. Holmes, sorry. What was the other ones? I don't think we ever found out what the others' fake names were.
I would have looked
What
at
other
whatever's
fake
on my
names?
card before this instant.
Yeah.
It's all
What were your
barcode.
names? It's just a barcode, and then when you scan it, is an identity. So y'all don't know your identities. Child.
I mean, didn't everyone attempt to scan their thing at the thing? So wouldn't they have seen it or something?
Don't think
I
so.
just know that you and me did our thing, and the other two didn't.
We
So
could
here we
lie.
are.
I'm a pretty good liar. All right.
Well, proceed. You have the powers for this.
Now I have to come up with fucking names.
Uh-huh.
No, you know what? I'm gonna
I'm
keep the
Dr.
joke I had.
Not so fucking easy, is it now?
You know what? I am gonna. Well, okay. The Dr. B's is really funny. This is, fuck it. This is Dr. B and Professor Boat.
Wonderful to meet you all. Wonderful. Please, come along. I shall give you the guided tour. Feel free to ask questions, talk and walk. The more you know, the better you can be prepared for what lies ahead of you.
Of course.
We keep the latest in biological weapons for use against the blank bodies in this laboratory. Since the incident, of course, security has been stricter. Admin doesn't trust anyone, and the site is monitored 24/7 by him personally. He used to have his office here, but he's actually moved across and over into Lab Freya, but, that just means we pity Lab Freya. Lab Freya mostly deals with...
If there could be like an anime moment of a little teardrop appears at the back of everyone's head, that's like they realize how close we almost just walked up into Lab Freya with like no preparation.
He'll just like nodding, just a sympathetic like, oh yeah, I know exactly how it is. Keep talking. So yep,
Lab Freya deals mostly with biological weapons, viruses, and such. So, yes, you did well being assigned here, of course.
Continue.
So, here, and this man, he points to a small little glass, and behind the glass with black walls is a case under dim lights that allow you all a view from the top. You can see a mushroom farm. Fungi inside are well looked after and fill the modest grow areas. Spores are periodically released inside. From this fungus, a bacteria is delivered. C. hydae. God, I hope that's how it's pronounced. C. hydae.
Hey.
It affects a victim's brain, reducing impulse control, making them prone to outbursts. Oh my God, it is really named after Day. It takes a few hours after initial exposure, but when the blank reawakens, it is reduced to nothing more than a rage-filled monster, and is hunted down by its own kind, in the process exposing more of them. In experiments, it has been found that the blank will process the effects in about a month or so.
Would
you like to try some?
No, thank you. That feels very aggressive, sir. So really quick, ST. Is this reminiscent of that one lab where we found sort of similar fungi growing in little petri dishes, and there was a white that was like tied down to a table? Is this reminiscent of that?
Do wits and awareness for me, please.
Can we help? Because I was about to ask that exact same question.
I'll let you have a +1 mod.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna need that +1, I think. I need the +1. The hunger is too much. It's only a 2.
Sticking with it?
I mean, I could just re-roll the 2, or the 1. I suppose.
Could be worth it, but it wasn't.
No, I'm too hungry.
I will tell you though, because you know it is Acheron, and Acheron is very familiar with plants. That you do see vague similarities. To be fair, though, when it comes to mushroom and fungus, that doesn't necessarily mean an actual relation. But given the description, given the look, it's definitely a possibility that this is something akin to that.
Yeah, I only asked because Acheron had touched it before, like touched the spores that came from it, and so they would have had sort of more intimate knowledge of the effects.
Yeah. This is a more traditional looking fungus. You know, this is a mushroom. This is pelting out spores extremely rapidly, which is not normal. Whereas the one that you discovered in that lab looked more like a blister or a sore upon a person.
Okay, interesting. But the effects are similar. Okay, that's fascinating.
Wonderful, isn't it?
Yes, I imagine it's very effective.
And it just goes to show, you don't have to be a fun guy to work here, but it certainly helps.
Hey.
Where did you get the original samples of this?
No, they're brought in.
Oh,
the administrator takes over that sort of thing. We're just here to do ground level work. The less we know, the better, we're told. I assume that if we ask the question, we just be told a non-answer, because the less we know, the better.
Yeah, it needs no basis. I know how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Are these the...
You ready for the next?
Oh, yes.
Please.
Very ready. I was just going to say, if this was... is this the only working sample you've got, or is there more in the other lab?
Well, the labs are kept separately. We're not entirely sure what lab Freya works with, and they're not entirely sure what we work with either. That way, the research is kept pure and uncorrupt, and if there's a problem with one lab, it doesn't affect the other lab, and so on and so on. It's just another security measure.
Needs no basis, yeah. Yeah.
The administrator, he does look after the work. It's very important to him, after all. Very important to him. And if it's important to the administrator, it has to be important to the rest of us. You'll learn that soon enough.
Oh, all right. Well, we want to help as much as possible.
Oh, of course, naturally. The scientist guides you. I will, thank you. The scientist guides you to a large window. Behind it are several other scientists in hazmat suits. Upon a surgical table is the limbless body of an angry creature, a piece of thick leather wrapped round its mouth. Stemming from the foot-and-mouth crisis, our scientists were able to engineer an enterovirus. It is termed EVH07. It currently affects people as well as blanks, but with different side effects. In normal humans, it causes narcolepsy and even inverts the sleep pattern. In blanks, though, it causes their systems to shut down. Blank that drinks blood infected with EVH07 goes into its death state, leaving it vulnerable for a night. Potent weapon, I'm sure you'll agree. You can see here the compound is being applied to this one. Its simulation of pain is quite remarkable. When we removed its limbs, its screams were very realistic. Fortunately, training prepares us for these sort of mimicries. Any questions?
One, what other sort of social mimicries are they capable of?
We're finding out more and more all the time.
Are they
So
sycophant?
far we have...
Or do they actually blend in?
Some of them seem to blend in, but ones that don't, the ones that seem to choose to live outside of the cities and live with animals, venture only into cities occasionally, they're the ones that we really need to get a hold of. There's this weird thing called, what do they call this thing? The paella. They all belong to this strange paella thing.
Oh.
Very interesting.
I see. Are there any leads on outside groups that exist in the wilds and such?
We have one name of one of their family units, I suppose. Very strange cult-like behavior. That's how we come to think of it. That's how they come to think of themselves. It's very cult-like mentality. The Nosferats?
Nosferats? Like rats?
Yes. That's what we seem to think. They seem to scurry around in the sewers or make themselves hidden amongst the homeless kind of thing.
Repugnant.
Very interesting. Very interesting, but it's just at the end of the day, it's just an animal doing what an animal does. It's trying to feed, but we can't have anything feeding off of good, hard-working humans after all, can we?
Right. Not taxpayers, certainly.
Exactly.
Akron is not distracted because they're like a part of the conversation, but they're very like focused on what they're seeing inside that window. And you said they're like applying this stuff to a subject currently. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Does this subject have their limbs?
No.
Or okay.
Will we get to work on any of the blanks?
Oh, eventually, of course. You'll have to gain security clearance Crimson for it. Ironically named, of course. But yes, of course, you will eventually be expected to.
Very eager to
Up the career
dig
ladder.
in. Yes, of course. Scribble. Just taking notes.
I am looking at this, like, the actual substance. Yeah, is it like a solve? Is it a liquid that they're putting into a syringe? How are they applying this thing? Subject. Have a specialty in anatomy.
It is. No, I'll just give it to you for free for sure. Then, you'll be able to see they're giving it to it the blank pod intravenously.
I see. Okay. Right. And can I see, like, it's because it's intravenously, is it attached to like a bag? You know how they would do like an IV drip in a hospital?
It would be it's either blood or some synthetic substance to mimic blood that is being fed straight in, and it has to be blood because this vampire, as you know, it's not sat there throwing this all up straight away. So whatever it is, it's blood.
Right. Interesting. It's very fascinating what's able to be infused with the sanguine fluid.
Well, the disease itself was built upon the foot and mouth crisis. It also transmitted itself in blood, so we were able to synthesize it, take those certain parts, and apply it through human blood. Or any other blood, I suppose, would do as well.
Have you started to use this in the field?
Yes.
Okay.
Various other cells have as well, as I understand it. It's one of those ones with a long-term payout. Definitely worthwhile for tail.
All right.
Or perhaps even getting out a very stubborn nest.
Sure. So the
approach is your duties will be tactical deployment.
Oh, all right. So to be clear, you're infecting small portions of the population in blank territories and letting it kind of sort itself out?
Oh, no, nothing quite as barbaric as that. We take criminals who have been given a life sentence and give them a choice of whether or not they would like to be part of the science experiment or carry out their existence in prison. You'd be surprised how many choose prison.
You're just fucking writing everything down 1,000 words per second.
Yeah. That is fascinating. It is interesting what you could get people who are already in quite a pressed situation to do.
It's very useful, very cheap labor.
Of course.
That's interesting. I would be interested to see how the blanks respond to people guilty of different crimes, maybe.
Do you think that could make a difference?
I think it could if they're perceiving us in ways we're not able to perceive ourselves. There may be certain bait hooks and switches.
It's funny you say. I have a colleague from another cell in another part of the country who insists that he once saw a blank that would only feed on blondes.
No fucking way. See, I intend to do a great deal of independent research once I've got security clearance.
Of course. I mean, I'd say it was a psychosomatic response, but I don't think they're capable of that kind of thought.
I think, like, the minute that it's mentioned that from another cell, somebody, this other colleague could have sworn that they knew a person who preferred only blondes. There's an almost just imperceptible, like, raise of eyebrow because one of the kindred that she knows who prefers blondes is fucking Roland, and she's like, what was this motherfucker doing? So yeah, Acheron is very concerned for a second without showing it on their face, but all that shows is just that little raise of eyebrow. It's fascinating as this particular project is. I am curious to see what else is going on here. Else
Oh,
we'll be
wonderful,
learning.
wonderful. I'm saving more. I'm saving the best for last, of course, but we're not there yet. Come. The scientist leads you all onto a wall, presses a combination into the pad next to a safe, and the small metal doors open to a safe lined with vials of clear liquid. For the acquisition of animate subjects, Col-05 was developed by the Allied GIU. Botulism was used as the basis for the chemical, and symptoms are similar. It leads to total paralysis. Snatchers are then able to swoop in after a few days of monitoring the subject. The only treatment is a full blood transfusion, unless blanks are completely able to drain themselves of blood, of course, but they wouldn't be able to do such a thing.
No, they'd have
Our
to
current
have
understanding. Please, carry on.
They'd have to have the forethought to, and we know that. Not going to. It's so counterproductive to what they want.
Well, the forethought, the drive for survival, the ability to even think of
Basic
unknown
understanding.
situations like this, and they don't even have a basic instinct for survival. They're dead already, and they know this.
And so, how do you deliver this?
Simply acting on instinct.
Is this
That's
one
a
also?
good question.
This one also
Thank you
effective
so much.
Is this one just effective on blanks, or is this like the other substance that it can also affect with different symptoms towards humans?
Oh, well, it hasn't been tested on live subjects because it is based upon botulism, and that raises a moral question.
Of course.
One that we're not prepared to quite reach. And as for delivery, well, usually we just push out a spare animal, or even inject a few plasma bags or something like that we know will get intercepted.
Right, and has this, that brings up another question, in some of the other cells I had the pleasure of working with, does this one make use of an ethics committee yet, or not quite?
A what?
An ethics committee for human testing to decide definitively what can and cannot be?
Oh. No. We are
okay.
very firmly against any kind of human testing.
Makes sense.
Everything has to be done voluntarily. They actually have a real choice. Like the prisoners, we give them a genuine choice. Do they wish to actually help, or do they want to just live out their lives and rot in a cell? It's entirely up to them if they want to give something back to society, that for the last time, potentially, or if they just want to carry out their punishment.
And
we respect their choice.
And how do you deliver the botulism to blanks?
It's usually fed into various blood bags that we know will be intercepted. Sometimes we'll be able to infect an animal that we'll be able to know to intercept. The point is, we have snatchers out there that have already got their eyes on a specific target. They know its feeding habits and exactly how to bait it. That's
sure, them.
Of course.
That's for tactical teams to decide.
Sure, did the tactical teams decide the markers for the bags, or the bags not marked at all?
The bags are not marked. They're merely, put in such a location as to make the blank think it has found them of its own free will. You see a penny on the floor, you pick it up. That kind of thing.
My parrot goes nuts for certain treats and things. You just hang it on the inside of the cage and he just loses his mind, you know?
Exactly, and that's an intelligent animal. That's an animal with an actual free will of its own, not like these creatures. Easily tricked.
The way Akron is doing everything in their power not to look at the others in this moment, anything beyond what would be just like natural, right, of this kind of like occasionally looking at the others, but is like not making eye contact, because two things are happening to Akron. One, they're like extremely, yeah, like they're fucking agitated, like, you son of a bitch, as this man's talking all this shit. But there is this like the sadist scratch in the back of Acheron's head that's like, I will take one of everything. Like that on people who annoy me.
The difference of just like,
so
yes?
Hatfield's
Oh my God.
nodding along, trying to look like listening with polite interest, understandable to the situation. But inwardly, the tongue is being bit. We are restraining ourselves. I am sure none of this is ethical. What do you mean you don't have an ethics board? Even working with like, there are so many tirades that are just being swallowed right now.
Slip's just having fun plunging, Nas style, like he's just over the toilet with the plunger, just fucking two-handing this thing. He just give me more,
give me all of the
Give me your secrets, you fools!
Water splashing out of the bowls onto his slippers. He doesn't care. He wants more.
The briefest of look at Slip, so brief, and it's like drug addict. You know what I mean?
We're learning so much.
Slave for knowledge.
But Tab, I can see from the look on your face, you might like this. The last artifact on the tour, but not the last stop. You can see it already, actually. All our security personnel, in addition to firearms, have what is called the Sunrise Bomb. It is a grenade that can simulate sunlight over a large area. Many of the agents refer to them as the Day Trip, and look forward to deploying them due to the dramatic and instant effect it can have on blanks. Wonderful device.
Is it just ultraviolet light, or is it more akin to true sunlight?
It is far more akin to true sunlight.
I see.
Just think, every single one of the security personnel surrounding us right now, encroaching on us, walking towards us, surrounding us, covering the exits, each of them have at least one.
I feel
And
quite
just one
safe.
of those could kill an entire Albert Hall's worth of kindred.
Crazy.
Interested in how on earth did we manage to bottle sunlight? That's fascinating
Yes.
stuff.
What is the chemical compound? I assume it's chemical. Ah, shit. Yeah, fair. I'll get my clearance.
Completely.
You old dog.
Completely understandable. You know what though? When we get that clearance, we'll have a little discussion. I am fascinated by this in particular. My goodness.
Has there
again
been...
brief look at Slip like, bitch, we gotta get the fucking.
You'd be surprised.
There ain't no way. Actually, it's not actually used directly in confrontations with blanks. It's very, very ineffective weapon, surprisingly, unless you know you've got them trapped. It's mostly used to shepherd out a group and then into the waiting arms of flamethrowers.
I was going to ask, it's not true sunlight, it is still artificial. Is there any materials, or I assume there have been penetration tests for what it can pass through, what it cannot pass through, filters. Does it have any failings?
It works exactly the same as light. It is, in essence, light.
I see. All right.
I suppose the only failings are, if you deploy it at night, which 99% of the time one would hope you would, but I hope the user is going to be wearing sunglasses, because otherwise that's going to burn.
Okay. So more of a flashbang than or is it like a strobe, or like a long term?
Or a very, very lethal, very instant flash.
I see. All right. Excellent.
100% effective. Problem is,
you guys
sometimes too effective.
Leaving
nothing
not
to
much
recover.
to work with after. Yes.
Exactly. Piles of ash don't tend to say many things.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Have you considered giving them some sort of if the intention is to shepherd them, have you thought of giving them a specific design or something, and a longer delay to, give the beasts some, even base creatures recognize danger, sort of like a fundamental giving them a specific design so when the creatures see them, they run in the direction you want them to run in?
You suppose the explosion itself is anything really needed to shepherd them? You see a few of your strange comrades behind you just get blown away and turn to ash in an instant, and these are only grenades. You can hold a lot of grenades. That tends to be very persuasive upon blanks.
It's more, yes, it's more of a persuasive, an aggressive persuasion tactic.
Well, I like it, and I think we should use them more.
What?
You could use this one right now if you want.
Oh yeah, please do. I want to see it.
That's incredible, truly.
But would the administrator? But would the administrator approve of the use of resources?
Right.
That's what
well, especially because I do wonder if you.
I won't tell if you won't tell.
Well, I won't
my
tell.
glasses.
Hold on, everyone, calm down.
Oh right.
There are other subjects that are actively being worked on here that will.
I'm gonna pull it. Pull.
Oh shoot! Well,
I'm fucking gone.
Got you! It's just blank.
Oh.
You're not gonna let me throw up a grenade inside. That would set off the fire alarms.
Yeah.
I get it. It's a blank.
Glorious.
Just hazing the new guys.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I'll say from Hatfield's part, there was a moment of like hand covers eyes, like, yep. Yep. Oh, this is it. Oh no. Okay. Yep.
And fucking Slip just leaned in like, Is it? Will it? Won't it?
I feel like there was panic and then
like.
Acheron only turned, but they turned so that it looks like they're looking through the window again. Rather than it looks like they went to run. They're just like looking into the window again. Right, okay, so that was the last artifact. You said it's not our last stop, not the last thing to see.
The final stop is currently our star attraction, I suppose you could say. Come.
I hope it's what I think it is.
Okay,
it's this cage. Currently contains 4 blanks for study. They were easily picked up from the city, practically walked into the Snatcher's arms. They are very secured inside. The cage is not meant to be opened from either side. Most we give them is a bag of unfiltered blood each night. It tends to keep them docile at the very least. Lab Freya had the subjects before handing the blanks over to us. We usually allow the new recruits to spend some time with them, observing them, so please, go ahead. I shall attend to some paperwork. The administrator insists on all staff performing their duties to their fullest. No excuses.
Oh, and we're allowed to just interact with the blanks?
Well, through the glass, of course, and exercise some restraint. We want to see how much you know, how much you could guess, and don't worry too much. There's security guards here, there, right on the door, right next to you. Each of them armed, each of them able to easily down an army of blanks, let alone just 4.
I see. All right,
I'm in hell.
And there's no risk of them
Very
affecting us with
reassuring.
their weird ways and their hullabaloo.
Don't look them in the eye.
I see.
I step towards the cage, right? But I am looking at each of these. Hello, Kindred. Do I see telltale signs of their clan? Each of us has like a thing, that would like, is there a Nosferatu in this
It's an
cage?
awareness.
Okay.
Yeah, do we just know these dudes?
Oh, that's true. Like, do we know any of the people that we like?
No, you don't know them.
Okay,
No, you
they've
don't know
probably
them.
been here for a while, to be honest with you. It's a 2. That's the best you're gonna get from me right now. I am very hungry. And trying to appear very human.
Yeah, I tell you what, two will do. 2 will do.
Okay.
And you're able to see that between the 4 of them, not a single one of them is wearing the same, is wearing a pair of socks. But between the 4 of them, there are 4 pairs. Just spread out One's got one purple sock, another's got another purple sock. One's got a black and blue sock, another one's got a black and blue sock with a purple sock, who's got a black and blue and a purple sock.
Weird sock club?
What the fuck?
I think there is. I mean, you'll have to tell me if this is even possible, right? Because I know that nearby there are these, like, guys. But if I'm close to the crew here and I even like below a whisper to one of them Malkavians
Fish,
because of the socks.
Yeah.
As a okay,
yes,
cool.
I do like milk.
With cookies.
Indeed.
Now, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Slip understands what I mean by with cookies, okay? Because let the ST know my intention here is the fact that Mithras is, like, in pieces, right? So I'm just, with cookies, with something, some milks,
Malkavians with the chocolate chips.
Chocolate chip Malkavians, okay.
Yeah.
Sugar
maybe
Malkavians,
possibly.
actually.
Maybe possibly it could be a thing, right? And they know about the prophecy and plagues, and these guys were with Freya first, which apparently I'm just saying. I'm putting some things out there with this milky cookies comment that I'm fingers crossed Slip understands.
We're all milking fucking cookies now. Thanks, Rissa.
I'm so sorry.
Do.
Crazy. Well, geez, look at them. Why are they wearing socks like that?
Yeah. What's a clue?
That's bonkers. I wonder if they were given socks and then just didn't know how they worked, so they just put them on.
No, I feel like that's on purpose. They're not quite coordinated, but they're really
I think you're...
strangely all similar.
Well, I think you're giving them a bit too much credit. They probably just, monkey see, monkey do. Put sock on, fit in with sock
and
wearers.
probably
Malky see, Malky do.
You're probably right.
Well, and I'm just examining this cage. I'm not going to try to pop this bitch open regardless, but I am examining this cage since they may use this this proprietary containment technology in other locations.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be looking over the is there, because like in like, excuse me, in like hospitals and stuff, they'll have like when the doctors and nurses do rounds, right? They'll mark off things on someone's chart and then put them on the side, so that the next nurse or doctor that comes around.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sort of looking for that of like, under the guise of like, what have we learned so far?
Yeah. That sounds like a really good, intelligent start. I wish I thought of that. So, but that's really good. Yeah. I mean, obviously the chart's going to be like still dead. It's probably like the second month that they've been in this lab. Unknown how long they were in the previous lab, and it's just simply reports. No spoken word, no interaction with guard. Drinks what given, remains silent. Sometimes they switch positions about who is sitting in which corner. Does it have a meaning? ? Still dead.
Interesting. On the same chart, other than being given, I guess, like enough blood to continue being unalive, right? Is there anything else that they're trying to give them marked on these charts? You know what I mean? Anything to like stimulants or anything like that to like induce a reaction? Especially after he's just shown me like all these
What's
things.
awareness?
Okay. Can I add? Well, no, that's for medicine. But okay, anyway, wits and awareness. Here we go. It's a tree.
Oh, there is a note. It's not exactly encoded, but it's a very strange note of make sure to not be fed by other blanks.
As in, like, blood leeches.
That's one possibility.
Or like diablerie. Okay, interesting. There are many things that can be okay. Okay. I will, just casually lean over to my colleagues here and be like, oh, this is very interesting. And I point it out to them so that everybody kind of is on the same page of what's going on with these particular patients here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do blanks do that like birds?
I suppose
Crazy.
so. I don't know.
Fucking crazy.
It's very interesting, is it not? Are you all right?
Hmm?
Are you all right?
Is this too much for you? Do you need some air?
Yeah, I think I ate something bad for lunch.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully we can make this quick.
I told you not to have that fucking... that toffee
You've
thing.
noticed by this point,
Looked nice.
one of them is standing up and is standing right by the glass, looking right at all of you.
Ah!
Mm-hmm.
Little
Don't worry.
wave.
Don't worry. We're fine. We're covered. Everyone here is looking out for our safety, so nothing to be nervous about. Is that right? I'm watching
I knew
this.
you'd be here.
Just don't look in its
I knew
eyes.
you'd be here, standing there, exactly this time.
Crazy.
Interesting thing for something like them to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the construction of this cage, did Slip figure out anything about how it's built up? Is there
It
ways
is.
for us?
As close as you can get to one solid unit. The only way to break this thing is to break this thing.
Oh god.
Does it look like it's probably rated? Does this thing look like it could be rated for lupine?
Yeah, rated for lupine, rated for whites. It is the highest of high security of no one's going to punch their way in or out of this.
Yeah, it's trying
This
to
needs
accommodate her
xenomorph blood.
abilities. Yeah. It's an
gotcha.
interesting thing, though, because I think for Acheron, they are pondering, like, who is this administrator? Who is this person? Because not to take away any credit from humans and the things that they can find out, but this is a lot of knowledge that feels almost like very intimate, and that
Not
only
to
if
mention,
you are also a kindred.
last
you know what I'm
time
saying?
we did confirm that there was kindred blood in the lunch meat stuff they were feeding
they were
the
eating.
people up there. Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
one way or the other, they got a source.
Yeah. On that note, is there anything in here to indicate that they're taking blood from these four and feeding it to? Anything in like the medical notes talking about extraction? Like that?
I don't think that I can't think of anything for you to find there, so I'm just gonna say it's probably a fairly safe bet of making use of kindred. Why not? If they want to use it, its advantages. It is a resource for them to use that they will use it without any moral obligation or
They don't have
objection.
an ethics committee.
They don't.
See?
They do not. They should probably get one, though. That's how you avoid the lawsuits. Okay. One is standing up and is saying that they knew we'd be here at this exact time. Ooh, child.
This is it.
Yes, and what happens next, creature?
Oh, you don't want to talk to me for that. You want to talk to that one for that.
Crazy.
I only know what's going on now.
You're the fucking ghost of Christmas present?
It's not Christmas.
How do you know?
I'm not a ghost.
How do you know?
I've seen the movie Ghostbusters. I've seen the movie Spirit Fuckers
Hunter.
several times.
Wow!
Whoa!
The mouth on this one. My
Oh my god,
God.
I've seen that one.
That's
All right,
that's
moving
at a
right
different planet. No, that ain't no. Woo! That's not no video
Moving along.
store. Ooh, I'll tell you that much.
Moving along.
No.
I'll slide along the.
Not intimate fuckers. Fuck 'em up kind of fuckers. Sorry.
The clarification
Yeah.
is
Like
important.
Last Action Hero there.
We're not here for an AV store. We're here for a fucking like royal video. All right. Fair enough.
Right, on to the next one. Right. My gosh, I think I leave the communicating up to Slip, and I'm looking for like outliers. I'm looking for the other things going on. Because this is like Acheron is sadistic and has a lot of fucking problems, right? But there's something about this that's even fucked up to Acheron.
Are you
So,
approaching
yeah.
the one that the guy pointed to and said, he knows the future kind of thing?
Yeah, what happens next? Yeah.
Yeah. So you phantom catchers.
There
Still
we
like
go.
spirit
There we
fuckers.
go.
Well done, Pixie. I still like spirit fuckers.
Phantom
Would.
Catchers
That's,
doesn't
again,
sound
it's
like
probably a real
porn.
movie. It's the different movie. That's the parody.
Right.
I sure hope that's ectoplasm in that movie.
Oh, it's not. You know it's not.
We're talking to this
You approached-
Montamian.
The man who is you were told, will know what is to happen. As you approach him, the first thing he says is, I won't tell you.
Well, fuck
It'll
you.
be the pot. No. I'm not going to tell you how it ends. I know that's going to be your first. That's everyone's first question. But if I
Spoilers.
tell you, that will take away the point of getting there. It's not about A to B. It's about
About
the
the
two.
journey. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, so about A and a half. How do we get to B? I don't care about B. We'll figure it out. How do I get to B?
Well, you will gather information here. The staff themselves are limited to what they know. But elsewhere, there is more for you to glean. It's what you do to everyone afterwards that's a bit fuzzy to me. You could kill everyone, take all their essentials, leave them nothing, tell them to pick up their temporary access card and just let them get on with their own devices. Or could burn the place with them inside.
Well, we'll
Oh, that
see.
was disturbing.
Incredibly
Apparently you haven't made the decision yet. But you
Field
will
is
soon
making it.
enough.
Conscious effort to not stand very still like the dead. No, we are moving like a human would move, yes?
Yeah.
Those words were not pointed directly at me.
Are you kidding?
Dog.
The slip is still vibrating from the drugs. He just hasn't stopped moving. First day jitters, probably. Wink, wink.
Acheron, I imagine that, like, the keeping self moving is a lot easier for the younger ones than it is for Acheron. There are moments when they're, like, watching things where they, like, they catch themselves and like, realize, oh, wait, I have to, like, look like I'm breathing. I have to make sure that I'm moving with the fluidity and not stiffness. I have to make sure that I create these like wrinkles in my face that is natural to a person of this age, because otherwise, like, there's a lot about Acheron that just looks stone smooth when they stop moving. So yeah, there's a lot of effort on Acheron's part to look human in this moment. I fucking, on the mention of burning everybody on the inside, there is a little quirk of the eyebrow, this thought of like, it's an idea, you know, and like probably purposefully not looking at Hatfield because, you know, Hatfield's very good at burning things down.
True, that's true.
Yeah. So, okay, all right. Well, interesting. I am interested to see where the journey leads us, and if you will still be here to see it come to fruition.
Maybe. We probably won't. That hasn't been quite decided yet either. They used us in experiments. 2 of us have the plague, and 2 of us don't. We don't know which of us it is. They were using us for experiments, constantly injecting us with something, and then finally only 2 of us were injected, and then they just stopped. They didn't even ask us questions. They weren't trying to learn anything about us, just experiments. Very strange for the Second Inquisition.
Is there any signs on their bodies when it comes to the plague? Because like we do know like what the symptoms are. Are we seeing signs of the symptoms on them?
Not yet. I mean, they've only been in this facility. Well, they've only been in this particular lab up to 2 months, so it's only 2 months since exposure. Doesn't necessarily go through the stages that quickly, you know.
Okay.
You know, I gotta ask, what's with the socks?
Well, you put them on your feet to stop your feet getting cold in the winter or in the summer.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
also a
but
lot
like,
more comfortable wearing shoes with socks. So yeah.
y'all like traded?
Oh, you're not one of us, are you? You wouldn't get it.
Fair enough.
Amazing.
Had to ask.
Fucking melt.
Amazing.
You know, I might get it.
Right. Acheron is like now very like cerebral, like in their head, thinking about Malkavians and the Malkavians that they've met and stuff like that, and trying to be like finding what the pattern is. Why they would do something like that. Other than maybe to feel a sense of self. Okay. Well,
It seems that you have found everything that you're going to find in this laboratory. What would you like to do next?
yeah, I think once we've gathered all that information, Acheron needs like a second to like, you know, process it, and then would like to head over to the Freya labs. See what's
Yep.
there.
And as you are allowed to go without any interference or anyone stopping you. And as you travel, is there anything you would like to talk about?
What
We're alone.
the fuck?
It's not great. It's really fucking bad.
Get me more pattern socks, just in general.
But it's the socks are wildly irrelevant, Hatfield. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
I
Okay.
am well aware.
I'm not
However-
even going to lie. I am fully on board for the burn everything plan.
I don't disagree. However, I'm very interested in some of those weapons that they've begun to arm themselves with. That fungus area. Do you remember when we went to that lab that had the petri dishes
Yep.
full of,
Yes.
of strange powders? And then there's
Also remember the
the
exploding
paralytic.
plants.
Yes. And then there's the paralytics. Isn't that...
That's...
Is it possible that that's similar to what Slip's former drug dealer might have been working on? Not exact, but a similar project. It's like...
Also, the liquid that was in the murder barrels. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the ones that the Sabbat had.
Yeah.
It's clear liquid. Yeah. It's very strange. It's like we've seen echoes of these things in other places before. It's not the only lab we've come across. The others we had to shut down.
I mean, that's the one thing about burning the whole place, is this ain't the only place.
Right.
So you find the others and you keep burning.
Smoke signals tend to travel.
I am curious if perhaps Demaseek was an experiment and they lost her and now they've got to find her. Something about the way that they were kept in cages like that. I mean, we still need to get all the information from the Freya labs, but I don't know. I feel as if we've seen echoes of all this before out there already.
Yeah. I mean,
this is a matter of string it together.
Yep.
I'm legitimately very nervous about whoever this administrator is.
Well, he's someone who certainly have a vested interest not only in these projects that he's working on, but clearly in this place, like in Oxford. Seems personal.
And we can't forget that the neighbor downstairs cares about this quite a bit.
Someone made a deal. Very strange. All right, well, let's see how much more information we can find.
The corridor ahead of you leads on to Lab Freya, the metallic corridors echoing with the voice of the administrator repeating the oppressive phases over and over. Eventually you come to the end of the corridor. Two large reinforced metal doors clamped closed and sealed. Next to them a combined keypad and card reader. And we'll deal with that next week because I'm going to go to fucking bed and knackered.
Yeah. Good.
Oh.
Yay! So on that note, thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for coming and playing. We'll be back next week. But first, we will go in order of most likely to be the Rissa Rave, starting with Slip. Who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
I
Hey, it's
never
your girl, Rissa.
Amazing.
I think I'm dying.
Incredible, truly.
Hey,
Was
it's for the rest of this month, probably I don't do anything but Table of Horror stuff. Monday as Anxiety for Shadowrun. Fridays here as Slip for VTM. But the month following that and moving forward, I should be able to end my seasonal employment and return to streaming.
Hey.
Confirmed Slip is Father Christmas.
gasp.
I need the picture of Slip
Here
in a
comes
Santa
Mr.
hat.
Slip. Here comes Mr. Slip.
Yes.
Right down Mr. Slip Lane.
Oh my god, wait. That's what we need. We need the fan
He's
art of
got a
Mr.
bag and
Big
it's full
Slip.
of these.
Mr. Big Slip
Yeah.
is the small Santa.
Yeah. Mr. Big Slip, but Santa. You know what I mean?
Father Christmas. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Acheron, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hi. Yes, I do things. I do these things. I play TTRPGs here on Table of Horrors on Monday as Morningstar in our Shadowrun game, every other Thursday as Nexus in our All Sabat game, Blood Price, and in this game as Acheron. But also, there are things in the future that'll be happening on here that you will see me in. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Stay tuned for it. I'm also a part of Lanyap Gaming where I do VTM and other such games. Check us out on YouTube. You can see all of our past stuff. So after the holiday, I believe we're going to start live streaming and doing VTM again, so keep your eyes out for that. I also do spicy content. You can find me all over the internet as the Risa Rave. If you're into the spicy stuff, it's in all my links. All that I ask is that you be respectful, or else.
Ebony, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Oh God, why? Hi, I'm Softonomicon. Here on Table of Horrors, I do many things. Specifically here, obviously, I play Ebony of Clan Ventru. I run our Shadowrun game on Monday, and I also run both the games Blood Price and Return to Silence. Blood Price is the other VTM game, and Return to Silence is a pre-recorded Monster Hearts game. Both are on Thursday, and both are pretty much on hiatus, as I am going on a much-needed holiday retreat, as it were. Less a vacation and more just me needing to be away. But, I'll be on hiatus till next year. But don't worry, I'll be back, and we'll do stupid things again. Right now, before December hits, I am on my own channel, where I do video games and artwork. Mostly it's video games, where I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 with Day. I do artwork, commissions. I have commissions. If you'd like me to draw you anything, I would happily do that. My brain has stopped working. I have a Patreon where I am making a coloring book, Periodic Table of Monsters. I am Shiv's hedgehog husband, and I think I got everything.
Yes.
Someone remind me to write a script eventually.
Hatfield, who are you? What do you do? Do you do things? Let's find out.
Hey, I'm Daybreakathon. I do things occasionally. A lot of it winds up. I torment Softy a lot in a lot of different ways.
I love you too.
With love, of course. On Fridays, I can be found tormenting Softy here as Hatfield Bruja. On Mondays, I am tormenting Softy as Mojave, the doctor. Definitely a doctor. Certainly a doctor. And on my own channel, you can find me recently tormenting Softy in Baldur's Gate 3. We are having an excellent time. It's great. Aside from that, I've written a couple of fantasy novels, which I highly recommend you check out. I worked very hard on them. And the third one I'm hoping to get out sooner or later, as soon as I can glue my brain to the page and get it edited. I also did the character art for the characters who have art, and my commissions are open if you'd like me to do some art for you as well. The dog is currently curled up in a very tiny ball in his house, but if he weren't so comfortable, I'm sure he would come over here to say hello.
Hello, puppers.
Good. Check out links down below and in chat for links to our Discord, Twitter, previous games up on YouTube if you want the video, and audio-only versions over on Anchor.fm, also on Spotify and I think Google Podcasts. Check that out there. We will go raiding on Space, who is playing Dave the Diver. What game? What game? But of course, legally, morally, objectively, we can't go until Slips has the line.
Kill me.
Oh,